All right. Peace, love, and understanding. This is Mandela, YouTube, and 67A. Just gonna do a quick take on this situation. Shout out Jamari. He the one that covered this story first. SNeako's channels got removed, and we are here to support him through this. Go on ahead to Rumble and make sure you go to that GoFundMe to get my old channel back. Listen, we're just gonna convolute all of this stuff and make this nice. Shout out to Jamarian. Yo, fair use.
YouTuber SNeako has been completely banned from the platform. Both his main channel, SNeako, that had been around for about 10 years, and his second channel, SNeako, that was really picking up steam lately, have been completely wiped from the platform itself. He shared this email from YouTube on Instagram today.
It's because he linked up with Tate. I want y'all to understand that. And also because he don't got the certain connections through YouTube that could you know what I'm saying? Make sure that he's set through this time. Appreciate you. Close that up. Close that up. Close that up. Close that door. Shut the door. If I get a copyright strike, my fault, man. But what I'm trying to say is he don't got the same connection. So whereas Fresh and Fit channel, I would say they probably the next to go. But listen, let's hope not. Let's hope SNeako could get into contact with the right connections to get his channel back, because that's what I really think is ultimately gonna happen. That's got what, a massive subscribers. Let's be real. He probably gonna get the channel back, but that's just my prediction.
Today, where they say, "Hi, SNeako. We have reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our community guidelines. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube." And then he also shared this post where he shows that they also banned his main channel. He also shared this via his Instagram story where he says, "They banned my main channel too. SNeako didn't have any strikes." The thing is, guys, I'm almost positive when it comes to YouTube, if you get one channel terminated, they usually just wipe you out across the board. They did the exact same thing to
That's why you gotta be creative with how you move on these guys. VPN and shit like that. Wear a mask, change your voice, something.
EDP with his two channels back last year. And so this really isn't surprising to me that they went for the jugular. Because I'm telling you guys, once you get one channel terminated, from YouTube for life. I mean, consider someone like Leafy is here, who tried to start a new channel time and time again, where he wasn't even necessarily bullying people anymore, and they still got his ass out of here quickly. This comes only 4 days after he was banned from TikTok, and something does tell me that his Instagram page might be going soon as well. This picture is kind of ironic now because this is the last post he had before he got banned, and I do really think they're about to give this man treatment. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have known about SNeako's channel for years. When I was first coming up in the YouTube scene, when I first kind of started blowing up around 3 or 4 years ago, SNeako was also kind of on the rise as well. And I'm not going to say we're necessarily contemporaries because we don't really make a similar style.
Listen, you already know what to do. If everybody gets on a bully and makes it an issue, everybody can go to Rumble. Or, and I'm not against that. If everybody goes to Rumble, the Rumble stock is going to go up, and we all could use that right now. So, anyway, they're probably going to give him his channel back if he appeals it, but everybody needs to be up in arms about that shit, because it's like, yo, they doing this shit off of bias and favoritism, and sooner or later, it's going to start becoming policing how you speak, what you can speak about, who's allowed. It's gonna be an exclusive party, and that shit is not supposed to be that case, bro. Everybody should have a voice, man. Man, if you want to ban one person, that doesn't mean that you should ban anybody from speaking to this person. Like, who the fuck is YouTube to turn somebody into a pariah, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, turn somebody into a social outcast. But I mean, hey, that's just my take.
The content, but we did kind of come up at the same time, so I was always paying attention to his channel, and I thought he was one of the most creative people on YouTube with his main channel, SNeako.
This nigga had blonde hair, though. That shit crazy. That's that MK Ultra
And he
shit.
did really well on that channel for years, amassing over 1 million subscribers. But it seemed like where SNeako really struck gold and where he really had that aha moment was when he started live streaming and uploading more like reaction type content onto his second channel, SNeako. And then people started uploading all these different clips of him on TikTok, kind of like with Andrew Tate. And then he became one of the fastest growing content creators on the whole platform. And I gotta be honest, on this second channel, SNeako was saying some pretty outlandish shit. He was talking about a lot of conspiracy theories. He was spitting that Andrew Tate, but I would say even like a little bit more extreme. And it almost seemed like the guy was waking up on a mission to say as much politically incorrect stuff as possible every single day. And boy, did this man start to ruffle some feathers, with many people making these what are now like foreshadowing videos about why SNeako should be banned from the platform altogether.
Hey, this is not going to be a normal video. Today, I want to briefly talk about the content creator SNeako.
Fair use. I'm just saying. I don't think Jamari is no bounty hunter D type nigga where they gonna send that YouTube strike, but just in case, you know, I gotta put in a little commentary in the middle. I don't know who this dude is, and that's why he's not Jamari. I'm talking about this dude on the screen. No disrespect.
Go and ask YouTube to ban him from the platform.
Now, personally, I do have mixed feelings about this banning because on one hand, I do understand that YouTube is a private company and obviously they're going to try to protect those advertiser dollars. And when one of your fastest growing content creators on your platform is saying some kind of crazy shit, it isn't always the best look. So I can kind of see how it would be within their best interest to protect themselves. I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I've seen some really crazy shit. I've seen content creators say some really crazy stuff about other people, and almost none of them have ever got banned. I mean, I'm talking about threats. I'm talking about getting a doll of them and using it in a manner. I mean, I've pretty much seen it all at this point. And many of these people have not been permanently banned. I mean, look at someone like Onision, who's just a sick of a person. I don't know, guys. A big part of me just feels like when you've been on the platform for a certain amount of time, YouTube should really give you more of a chance before they just delete your shit altogether.
I feel like they should give everybody fair chances, not just, oh, you ain't nobody, get up out of here, because that's how they did me. And I had to come back and start up again. But I feel like, yo, at the end of the day, they're all community guidelines, terms and conditions, and all that. And if he broke them, then he broke them. If they reviewed it and they see that he broke them, multiple times, I don't feel like you should just automatically just snatch the page. Like, send a warning. Hey, Warner brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Fairness is becoming so blurred now.
Like, even if they delete 50 of your videos and say, hey, you better stop this shit that we don't like, or we're going to take your whole shit away, I think that would be more fair. Because when you've already shown that you can be a good little content creator for them for years and years and years, you would think you would build up some rapport. You know, you've made them millions of dollars over the years. You guys have broke bread together, but at the end of the day, you're really just another drop in the bucket. And if they feel like you're a threat to their company, they're gonna fucking stomp you like a damn roach. I do gotta say, guys, this banning really did not come as a surprise to me. It's crazy. Just yesterday, I went out to eat with one of my friends, and he was asking me, yo, have you seen this guy, SNeako? He's been all over my TikTok feed. We get into talking about it, and it's like, do you think he's gonna have this, like, atmospheric rise? And I told him, honestly, dude, I think that within... I mean, they sending him straight, and I've seen enough YouTube to know that when you're constantly getting that type of stuff thrown at you, it's only so long before they just get you out of here. And like I said, this whole situation just draw a lot of parallels to the whole situation. But man, at least Andrew Tate, he had some of these other businesses going on, and when it comes to like his whole livelihood, this is how I would think he was making the lion's share of his money. But I want to know how you guys feel about this banning down below. And I also want you to comment, would you be willing to follow your favorite YouTuber to another platform like Rumble if they got banned? Or do you think that's really just too big of an ask and another YouTuber?
No, shift to Rumble. It's like, I forget who said it, but it's like, yo, the well never runs dry. Like, just because somebody watches on Rumble doesn't mean they don't watch YouTube, bro. Like, that whole loyalty to I can't go over there. Like, nah, bro, you can enjoy content over here from this person, content over here from this person. Stop being lazy. Real shit.
Where we'll kind of just come in and fill up that spot in entertainment life. But I'll be keeping you updated on this story. We'll see if SNeako can get his YouTube channel back. But I got to keep it real. I don't really see it happening just based on historically what's gone on with YouTube. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like. And as you guys know, it's been your boy, Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace.
I feel like in the email where they went on ahead and said, yo, if you feel like we're mistaken, you can go on ahead and appeal it. Of course, you're going to make that appeal. And then he has enough people behind him in the YouTube community where it's like, yo, they're going to have to at least listen. They're going to have to hear the shit. That's what I think. But who really cares what I think, right? I'll just say it, man. Instagram? Insta?
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
So now Krayshawn may get her channel snatched. I mean, her page snatched.
So, guys, the whole Nia Long email Udoka saga is still in existence.
Think that
you
little
know me.
blur of the blur
I'm
is
still
doing
making
anything.
money
See everything.
off the content.
What are you
Can I get a
hiding?
ching sound effect? So, anyways, we all know what happened. Ime Udoka got him some of that wire girl booty clapping sounds. And then he got caught. And unfortunately, he was sleeping with like the vice president's wife, and he got suspended indefinitely. Now, with that, that means you ain't got no job. Stop the show. Like some of y'all who be watching my show every day. Just joking.
Guilty.
And you'll never coach in the league ever again. And you've embarrassed Nia Long. Now, let me just say this, okay? Some of y'all have said some, interesting things, like, oh, well, she's a single mom anyway. Look at her dating history. She deserved to be cheated on and all that, which is completely foolish, right? But here's what happens. You are in a relationship with her as a man. If things were going wrong in the relationship, you're supposed to leave the woman alone. But he didn't do that. Ime Udoka tried to have his cake and eat it too. So now she is out there with their son, hanging out, okay? And you have a reporter, and I don't want to play the clip because
Saying you would deal with her? You deal with me alone at this age right here?
Why wouldn't?
You would? You would myself?
Why wouldn't I? What's wrong with him?
Ain't
She's
nothing
50.
wrong. No, I'm saying ain't nothing wrong. You would go on
She
ahead.
look good as fuck for 50.
Yeah. Hey, you said it, not me.
because I don't want to get a copyright strike today. But the reporter comes and asks her, how are you working things out with Ime Udoka? And she goes, what does that mean? Can I get a game over sound effect, Demo? It's over, bro.
You know why it's crazy? Didn't I say that she should leave him? And that's a yeah. And like, yeah, come on. What? Like, bro, all the superficial shit aside, you know what? I guess we're just kicking you while you're down, and that's what we do as Americans, man. Sorry, man. Damn, bro. That's all. Damn, bro. That's all we could say. That's all we really could say, you may. Because how long I was engaged for? If you was gonna do all of this shit, you know what? I think I know what he was on. He's on some shit like, yo, he's just trying to have his cake and eat it too, in the sense of he was gonna marry her after he's done with his shit, but he just was never done with his shit. He just was never done with his shit. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna marry you. It's you. We're engaged. But let me just get another ring, baby. I need to get a ring first. Yeah. Wrong. You was chasing the wrong ring.
The woman don't want
chasing the wrong ring.
Now, let me talk about this because I believe that as Black men, we need to understand when it's our fault, guys. We need to understand when it's our fault. The only way that men in general, black men in particular, can be better is to understand, listen, we have a problem. And let's just not even talk about that, guys. Let's just look at the other opportunities in our life. Ego, the number one.
Some girl I went to school with, that baby father died.
Damn.
She just had a baby.
Damn.
I have messed up. But guess what? I did it to myself. It's my fault. I could have been a millionaire a long time ago. I could have been more successful a long time ago. But you know what? I kept getting in the way of that, guys. It wasn't a black woman that got in the way or somebody I was in a relationship with, because that was easy for me to get away from them. Don't get me wrong. You do have people who get in the way of other folks. But in my situation, it wasn't really anybody's fault but mine. Once I realized that, I can go ahead and go on. Now, I know what the argument's going to be. Well, she ain't got to deal with him no more, but she ain't going to be out on the dating market. Ain't nobody going to deal with her and her 2 kids. And you know what? That may be true. Nia Long is 50 with 2 children.
Oh, man. All right, so Chick said something interesting yesterday also, where it's like, yo, don't let Kim Kardashian fool you, because yeah, she can go on ahead and get somebody at her age, because for one, she's white, for 2, she's a billionaire, and for 3, she's a celebrity. So now it's this whole color shit is just out of pocket, man. Out of pocket. So to a cornball, like, who, in your opinion, who do you think looks better, Nia Long or Kim Kardashian? Nia Long. And you're basing that on, you know, that it's more of a natural look. She's a beautiful black woman compared to, when it comes to Kim Kardashian, her true appearance has been altered, or just even just looking at them side by side.
Aesthetically, Nia Long is more attractive than, and that's, I think it's more based off of the fact that I can say that I'm not attracted to women who are like white or like European. Like I've only ever liked Spanish and black women, so I personally don't find Kim Kardashian or I don't find her attractive. I just think she's just
Okay. And then, of course, you know, I have my biases also, where I know that's aesthetic, you know, engineering right there. So, whereas Nia Long, we don't really know if she's ever had any work. We could safely try to assume that, yo, nah, she hasn't had work done.
I wouldn't believe that she did have any work, because if you even look at her movies from back in the day,
Mhm.
I think she just got older. It doesn't look like her body went through any major transformation to where it's like, oh, she must have got her body back. Like, she just grew up. That's about it.
Type shit. Yeah.
And honestly, if you see Kim back in the day, Kim wasn't. No, she wasn't cute. So it's like, what are you really going by?
Right. That's
You
what
going
we're
by
going
this
on.
Kim? Or
So
you going by
that's
the
why
original Kim?
I'm gonna ask, what are we going by? Where it's like, all right, so Kim at 50, Nia Long at 50. Why is it that the narrative is Kim can find somebody and Nia Long is gonna struggle?
Because Nia Long
Kim
is
has
black.
more,
That's why.
and that's what I'm saying.
That's why.
that whole narrative is just madness to me, man. That shit is madness to
But
me.
it's funny because Nia Long is who she is.
Celebrity
She has the
also.
accolades that she has. So.
And I already told you, millions of billions aside, man, when you reach a certain number and a certain notoriety, all that other shit is virtual. It's not real. It's you're not gonna run out. now you're doing it for your kids' and your kids' because you're not running out virtually. So when people be on Forbes at this number and that number and they trying to have a measuring contest, it's like some people have a lot of money and they don't get involved in that type of debauchery. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know. Listen, I reached my goal. I'm set. Like I can manage my reality from this point. Some people get to a level where they can't manage their reality. Their reality is managing them. You know what I'm saying? Like Kim at this point can't manage her. And that's another thing. When it's like, what are we basing the attraction on? Like, I've never seen Nia Long in any porn. Never seen, you feel me? I've never heard of any, um, I've never heard of too much dust on her name. I've never personally heard any dust on her name, but you know, the internet can find anything that they want at any time. So it's like, why is this the narrative?
And she was with Ime Udoka before he became somebody, which is an indicator that even at that age, in her 40s, she didn't have a lot of guys knocking on the door trying to be with her in a serious way. But let me just say this, and I want to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we going with that narrative instead of maybe she had the ability to choose who she wanted.
Maybe she just didn't want anybody. Like maybe that's the type of
That's
track
not.
she
It
was
couldn't
on.
be that because then she ran into somebody and she got engaged.
Okay, so she's been
So-
with him for what, 12 years now, just about.
You know what?
Right. So when she was 40, because she's 50 now,
Mhm.
so 10 years ago, who was she with? She wasn't with anybody. She hasn't been in a relationship really, I don't think, in a while. So it's like to easily jump to, oh, she doesn't have any options. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe she just didn't want any options. Maybe she just wanted to focus on her career like she was doing all these years.
But then if that would be the narrative, then she wouldn't have gotten with Ine
Why not? Maybe she
because she
decided-
didn't want anybody.
If she's now 40 and she's like, okay, I'm good now. I'm in a space where I feel comfortable to now exert myself in a certain manner. What's wrong with that? It's the same thing with men. Some men wait
So
until
then
they're
once
40
that's what I'm
to
saying.
want
Once
to be
you're
in a
now
relationship
opening
now,
up,
and-
you're choosing to
Right.
have somebody,
So
and then
she
when
chose when she was 40. So
Okay.
it's like, but for him to say as if she made this choice because she had no choice.
like she was single until 40
maybe she,
because
that's what
she
wanted
couldn't get
to do.
anybody.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
that she
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
get anybody. I think it's maybe she just wanted to focus.
I
on
think
what
he
she had
was
going
saying
on.
it more so that because of the man that she chose, he wasn't who he is now. Because of the man that she chose, he wasn't of a certain caliber that maybe she didn't have many options and that was the best that she could
I
get.
think that's like a
That's what
jaded,
he was trying to get
I
at.
think that's a jaded view to have of people because sometimes
agree.
people need that person to come into their life to catapult them or get them to that next level. Not in a sense of like monetarily, but they may need that influence. They may need those network connections. They need, there's certain things that come with being in a relationship that can help
Mhm.
another person prosper in their life. So maybe she was that for him.
Mhm.
It would be wrong for us to sit here and say because he wasn't where he is now, that means he wasn't going to get there anyway. It doesn't mean that. It just means maybe the influence of her helped him get to where he is. There's nothing wrong with that.
And you're saying that
It's very jaded to
she
make
could
a
have
blanket statement.
seen what he could become and saw herself as that.
She could have seen the potential and been like,
catalyst
I can
for
nurture
him.
this. I can help this. I can do something with this. There's nothing wrong with people doing that in relationships. That's actually a very beneficial and helpful thing to do for both parties because
Noble
both
thing to
people
do.
are going to benefit from that action.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we want to sit there and say
I still agree, very jaded,
you
but it's jaded from that
go
end
for
too.
someone who's not where they could be yet.
Mm.
You might be what they need to be where they could be.
I hear that part. And I agree with you wholeheartedly full on both of those because, again, there's a lot of dude. So then, boom, we can't say that Ime was taking her seriously because now Tom is told that the man was doing the same bullshit,
Right.
right? And we also can't say that, anybody of status and certain financial stature wouldn't take her seriously either, because who knows where she was at and what she wanted to choose. So she saw him and said, yo, this is just hypothetically could be she saw him and said, yo, I can nurture this man and see something flourish from this. So I hear you fully, man. Yeah, O'Shea. You gotta clean that one up, man. That mentality is poisonous.
Just because a person has kids, it doesn't mean that they should be treated a certain way. Just like you have black men out there who are short, black men out there who don't earn a lot of money. Should you be mistreated because you don't earn a lot of money? No, that's foolish. Whoever she goes on with we're not really dealing with right now because it's a severe situation. Now, had it have been, you have these people, they can't get along, they divorce or they break up, and there's no cheating involved or anything like that. That's a different story. But in this case, what option did the guy leave her? He didn't leave her any option. You lost your job. You embarrassed her. You'll never work again in the NBA. You'll probably be blackballed from college coaching. I mean, what?
Do you need a domain that is almost the name of your business, but slightly different and harder to remember? Of course you don't. You need .inc.
I mean, what is she supposed to do? I mean, this is self-inflicted. It will be different, like if the man got into an accident or something and he got hurt, or that's different. This is something that he caused. And here's something I'm not gonna, tell black women to do. Anybody. Stick with black men who are doing wrong and destroying everything you've worked for and the family. I'm never gonna tell nobody to do that. Just as like I wouldn't tell black men to stick with somebody who's destroying everything. What do? You get that person out. Now, she may never have to be in a relationship with anybody again. That's besides the point. The point is he messed up. He did it to himself. And if that was the case, he didn't want to be with her. He felt unhappy. All he had to do was leave her. And still, even if he didn't leave her, he would still be in the same position he's in right now.
You can't say that exactly, bro, because listen, because he would have got fined for fraternizing amongst staff.
Which is, well, I slept with the vice president's wife because I'm a dummy, and you still wouldn't have anybody. I'm not telling anybody in the black community to take abuse from people because you're a man or because you're a woman. We have to really get behind the 8-ball here and start to say, as black people, are we going to have respect for each other, especially if you feel that that person has contributed to your life in a positive way? For example, if I have a brother and a black man in the community, I know he's a good business person. He's hiring our people in the community. Why would we want to go and rob him? No, we want to do things to incentivize that behavior because he's an asset to our people, right? It's the same thing. If you have people that are good to you, they're an asset to you, we got to start respecting them and not disrespecting them. And I'm going to be real. Y'all going to think I'm simping here, but then you go and do that for a woman who's married and who's white, who when things fall apart, that woman is not even going to be there for you. We got to appreciate people who are doing nice things for us, both male and female. We have to, it always can't be the black woman's fault that the black man makes a mistake. He made a mistake. You made a mistake. I made a mistake. We're not going to make that mistake ever again. Point blank, period. It's the only way that we as black men can make black women be accountable. Because we can't ask black women to be accountable for their mistakes. Yet we're giving email to other packs. And you guys think that, well, I'm going to go to the white woman or overseas and deal with them. You think that they like unaccountable men too? We're going to be real. You're going to go to the white community unaccountable, they're going to get you out of there.
You know what I'm saying? Them copyright strikes is real. Like, they'll make me play my music just because, just because I want to see what they're going to do. Like, I'm going to definitely keep that shit on low. Just playing over all of this, watch. Because I still hear shit. You know I'm crazy. You know I'm crazy, right? Okay, good. Because I'm definitely crazy. So just gotta keep this on repeat. Revelation 13. And I stood upon the
Accountability starts at home. So if she don't want that guy in her life anymore, he did it to himself. You know, he did it to himself. What option did he leave her? Nothing. Financially, you have no growth potential. You know, you're a liar. You're a cheater. You know, if you were unhappy with me, why'd you stay? And we just can't get around the buffoonery, guys. We can't. So she dumps his ass. And I would encourage anybody, and I'm talking to all black men, listen to my voice. If you have a good job, if you have a good mate, you got good friends, you got a good family, do right by your people. Don't mistreat them. Do right by your people. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already forgive you for all that you do. Start the jail. Right.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
Does downloading a slow roast recipe video take longer than making it?
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. At it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. You know, these Pookies and Ray Rays in today's world believe that they can get away with anything.
Why these guys gotta be Pookie and Ray Ray? Like, is that their name? Pookie and Ray Ray? Or Ray Ray? Is that Ray Ray and Pookie? Like, why?
And you know what? I don't care. I mean, God bless them. I have Pookies and Ray Rays in my family. I love you dearly. I'm never going to move anywhere near you. Don't want to be near you. Hell to the no. But I love you just the same. It's unfortunate we have the same lineage. Our grandmothers or sisters, whatever the case may be. But I love you. See you at the family reunion next year, and I ain't gonna see you no more. You know how it goes. But now, one of the things I noticed about Pookies and Ray Rays, especially in Black America, is they are entitled and emboldened. They believe they have the right to commit such atrocities that destroy neighborhoods and economies locally and scare the daylights out of people that look like them. But not only that, they feel emboldened to say, I did it now. Not only that, I'm going to get on into Little Daryl's recording studio on Martin Luther King and talk about how I did such and such to who and who. And this is where I did it. Now, Georgia's not playing that stuff. Georgia is coming to lock your ass up. And let me tell you this, they need to. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. All right? Stand by your work. I forgot the brother on YouTube that Neely Fuller. He was saying, listen, you Pookies and Ray Rays, if you're so tough, you know, stand by your work. Don't get there on the radio and do it. Go tell the police you did it and what you gonna do about it, but y'all can't do that because y'all are scary. But anyways, what is happening now is you brothers are putting some of this stuff in the sound in these lyrics. Now the white man is taking your behind to jail. Then when you go to jail and implicate yourself, now you want to say, no, that's not true. My homeboy told me X, Y, and Z. It's the song. It just happens to, meet all the dates and times and stuff of when you actually did it. But now you're lying. And California agrees with you. California will become the first state in the country to limit the use of rap lyrics as evidence. Governor Newsom signed a bill on Friday that will limit the use of what he considers creative content against rappers and musicians in the state. Now, what is creative content, Mr. Newsom? Creativity is something that is subjective, and I can understand it. Your creativity, or what you feel is a creative, is maybe not be the same as mine. Got it. Some people don't feel that YouTubers are creative. I understand it. So,
What? We got creators. Huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm a creator. That's how you feel. I heard you.
people feel that people in Hollywood are not creatives. I understand it. It's
People in Hollywood, man, that's the
it's subjective. You got no issue from me from that. Got it. However, if such Pookies and Ray Rays and some of you Pookishas out there deem it necessary that you're going to go out and obliterate people, they need to lock you up. And what we're seeing here is that this particular situation here is going to protect these Pookies and Ray Rays to do even more foolish things. So basically what happened
wait, what?
is that this particular situation here,
California becomes first state in the country to officially limit the use of rap lyrics as evidence. Yeah, cause what? Somebody want to rap, let them rap, man. What if they got a dream, right? And they rap their dream, but their dream was actually a scene. And now the police want to say, yeah, he the person that did this dream. Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
is going to protect these Pookies and Ray Rays to do even more foolish things. So basically what happens here, in the AB 2799, whatever the hell that is, that's the Criminalizing Artistic Expression Act. Okay? In our state of California, judges will need guidance to evaluate whether a creative expression is admissible during a criminal trial and provides framework, okay? Because they don't want to use the creative expression to trigger or reinforce stereotypes or activate racial bias, okay? Racial bias. This is a bill that has been passed, okay? Let me talk about this activation of so-called racial bias, if you will. Now, if I am to see a black man who, let's say, for example, for whatever reason, come into a job, and he's applying for the job, and that individual has dreadlocks.
Hello world, it's time to do some shopping.
Listen, dreads will look better than this joint I got, man. I'll tell you that, bro. So,
It may be necessary to say in that situation, I will need to pass a bill that won't implicate racial bias. Now we're talking about something that makes sense because, okay, you look like somebody who I think, or I've been told is violent, but, you know, I can't use this against you. I have to look at your work. I have to look at your grades. These are things that need to be evaluated before I give the job or not. I understand that. Here's the fundamental issue that I'm dealing with now. These rappers are implicating racial stereotypes and biases. Why? Because everything they say is the N-word. These HOESs and these Tatianas and these, you know, these whoever it is.
it's entertainment. So it's the issue. It's entertainment, bro. Yeah. Tried it.
And these, I shot you here, blicka, blicka, blicka. So if I'm listening to you talk like that, I don't have to, what racial bias is there? I'm dealing with what you're talking about. This is how you talk about your people in every song.
This is how I'm entertaining. Yo, this guy's trying it.
So now, how do you expect me not to issue racial bias when you're talking about that person that you just shot, allegedly, like they're an animal? Obviously, you're disrespecting the people in your community, but now in this particular case, you expect me as a judge not to use racial bias. I'm trying to understand how it makes sense. And now here's where the rubber meets the road. We can pass bills like this all day that don't help black people get ahead. I'm talking to you, California liberals. But then now, you know, we talk about things. I'll even leave the reparations thing alone. That's too far down the line. But now when black people want things that develop their technical skills, programs that, you know, let's say that get, you know, prisoners to work, or more subsidies and things and infrastructures that bring things into communities. And all of a sudden we can't pass those bills. We can pass these bills when it comes to keeping people looking stupid and acting a fool. Sure. Anything that can keep destroying you seems like California Democrats for blacks, we're going to pass it. And I think that we need to understand why that is. Anything that will keep you looking foolish. Hey, listen, you want to talk about your people? We don't want to seem racist by making a decision that should lock your ass up and send you to jail. No, we won't. Especially when you said it. That's why Georgia ain't playing like no, we ain't taking it. Listen, we are not protecting you Pookies and Ray Rays. And what needs to happen in black criminality is accountability. We talk about black men being accountable. Here's how we can do it. Let's start with the rappers. Let's start with Pookies and Ray Rays. Okay? Let's talk about these demons that destroy communities in the black world. We will deal with them. And not all because some of the brothers out there come back and do. I'm talking about you monsters there. You, yes. You Pookie and Ray Ray.
Man, listen, sound like a bunch of criticism.
You monsters. Yes, you. I'm dealing with y'all. Those of you in and out of jail, destroying stuff, you. Gold tooth wearing, Nike Air Jordans toting.
Wow. I think I've heard enough. And on that note, man, support SNeako, man. Tune into the next stream, man. We out here.